Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's go!
Hi, everybody.
G'day, team.
We've got Kate Ritchie on the show today.
Yeah, that was pretty good. We talked to player manager Colin Young about AFL trade period.
It's been full on, hasn't it?
Yes, we're doing our show live in Duncraig, and we thought, let's try and find a smart Craig, then therefore a loser, which will be a dumb Craig. We had two Craigs go head-to-head
As a bit of a practice round.
And it's actually truly magical.
You won't believe some of the stuff that gets stolen from workplaces. Incredible stories, actually.
How to win and lose lotto at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, and what have you got at your arsenal at home in your personal bedroom?
Did you have to use that word?
Where does it go? It doesn't have to go up there. They can go anywhere.
I mean, it doesn't have to, but...
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Okay, guys.
There's an article in the paper, Nath.
Crime's bad.
Yeah.
Crime's bad.
Don't do it.
No. And I'm against all crime.
You are.
But I sort of don't mind sexy crime.
You love it, saxophone.
A Bunbury couple have been fined for stealing more than $700 worth of toys from an adult store in the southwest.
How did they get sprung?
Sean, they entered Bunbury's adultshop.com. They were caught on CCTV taking products off the shelves and putting them where? Of course, down their pants. Because that's where this sort of gear goes.
When you're getting questions and things are vibrating like,
Yeah. I've taken nothing. Why do you sound like a Dalek? Exterminate.
Just really love Doctor Who.
I was seen leaving the store and making no attempt to pay. 4 days later, police arrested the couple at their home.
4 days.
But they couldn't wipe the smile off their face.
Handed them both fines of $600 and ordered the pair to fully compensate the store with the $729.10 in stolen goods.
And also, don't give the things back. We don't want them anymore.
No.
A bit of Glen 20.
They've had them for 4 days.
Actually, you're not wrong. Hasn't really been worn in, hasn't it?
Yeah. Now, I would like to ask a very personal question.
Oh.
Do you own any paraphernalia?
Paraphernalia.
Do you own any bedroom work gear?
I personally do not.
I personally.
Oh, yeah.
Suggest that there might be some in the household.
Not even like
that you don't
like
have
a swing
ownership of.
Or like a harness?
I think some have passed through my household at various stages. I don't know how that happened. But
currently, are you an owner of anything? No. Is there a drawer that if the kids go near, you go, no!
No, certainly not mine.
Natalie?
No.
I do not have anything either. I couldn't even contemplate. It's hard enough being naked by myself, let alone doing activities with things on me. Or with someone else.
Yeah.
Like pulling out something to use.
I love that you didn't even consider someone else. Oh, God, imagine if there was someone else there.
Let's have some wonderful time together. By the way, I'm just going to go to a drawer and pull out all these things that are possibly going to go inside.
Lots of people do, though, because, those shops are very popular.
They are.
Very well
there is nothing wrong with it. I just think that,
Well, I think percentages would say amongst our team, there's a lot of liars. I would say.
A lot of prudes.
Or a lot of prudes.
Yeah.
You could go down that track.
I'm sure you have in the past. Sean, I've never owned anything like that. If you in the past, back in the day.
There's been things that I've seen in my household. I don't know how they got there.
And maybe like PM, like pre-Megan, would there have been some...
Also PM post-Megan.
Could be some of A, some of B, I don't know. Let me tell you about one of my mates, though.
Okay, sure. What are your mates?
Can I tell you two quick stories?
His name's Shane, everyone.
Okay, the first one was back in the day when we were in Canberra playing a game of footy, and we went to Fishwick, and I always bring up Fishwick sometimes because that's the porn capital of Australia. So anyway, after training, we jump in cars, and we go out to Fishwick, and we're laughing. We were in one of those shops. It's called Adam and Eve, and anyway, we're looking through his stuff. We're all having a bit of a giggle.
I actually go to Adam and Steve. It's great.
It was next door. Anyway, so one of the guys picked up something, and we were all having a snigger because we called him out. He didn't see us at all when he purchased this item. Then when we went to the airport and we're going, you have to put the stuff through the scanner. And so he's got, excuse me, mate, just come aside here. And the guy pulls out his bag. He's got handcuffs. He's got a lightsaber, you might call.
Yeah,
Serious paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But another guy, also one of my mates, he had his stuff in a toolbox, and a shiny new toolbox, because he thought that was pretty funny.
Yes.
And their house got broken into, and the people who were broke in the house, they stole the toolbox thinking, we can get away with a couple of $1,000 worth of tools.
Tools here.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Well, with what's in there, they're still going to be able to hammer something.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not sure how you claim that part back when you're riding out.
This is a paint stirrer right now, everybody. Just open up your can of Dulux. There you go. Give it a good mix.
That's very good.
Whatif.com is all about helping Aussies make the most out of every trip.
Book a hotel, flight, surfboard and snorkel all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump online or on the What If app and get started. What if it's Aussie for travel?
We're getting personal this morning, getting a little sexy
We are
for
talking
Thursday morning.
about your bedroom work gear. How much do you have? Where do you keep it? Has anybody
Someone's found it, surely.
Because we're as innocent as the day is fresh.
Yeah.
Sure, not so much.
Well, I was just telling you guys before, I went over the next door neighbours a couple of weeks ago, and one of their friends was telling us how she went to a sex shop with her mum, and her mum asked for a senior's discount and got it.
Yeah.
So that was her story. She was like so proud.
Yeah. But it's really hard to move that wooden carved stuff.
Let's go to Jackie
Splinters, I hear.
in Banksia Grove. Morning, Jackie.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Jackie.
Do you have an assortment of tools?
Well, let's just say I have a story connected to what would be called, let's just call it a happy bunny from the day.
Yes.
Happy bunny, sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, yes, okay. The Easter Bunny.
Yes.
Who loves to visit.
Yep.
Goes
Yep.
into the Warren.
So,
Yes.
So back in the day when I was still in Scotland, I went to have a little bit of fun with my happy bunny,
Yep.
only to find that the batteries had been removed.
Oh.
And they were in my son's PlayStation remote control.
Jackie. How embarrassing.
Jackie, where did the bunny live when you weren't using it?
It lived in my bedside drawer in
Right.
my bedroom.
So he's gone in there.
You know what?
Jackie, how
if
mortifying.
there was something of that, if I ever owned something like that, I would have to bury it out in the woods and have a map to find it, just in case someone ever found it. I
let
did
alone
find.
your son.
Hey, Jackie, my cousins, they had a very rudimental hoppy bunny many years ago, and my brother and I found it, and we thought it was a face massager when we were younger, and we rubbed it all over our faces.
Yep.
And
Were you relaxed?
And then Mum came out and she goes, "What are you doing?" And we said, "It's a face massage." And she goes, "Get that off your face!" And we didn't realise until we were older what we were doing.
But your skin, it
Oh,
looks
it was so
great.
great. It was
So,
great.
God,
no
what a-
complaints there.
Jackie, that's a
Thanks,
hardcore
Jackie,
one.
isn't it? Teresa, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
All right,
Teresa.
Teresa, talk
Great.
us through it. What happens at your house?
I've got all my utensils that live in an oversized beanie in my beanie bag.
In a beanie bag, okay.
Wait, what's a beanie bag?
Oh, no, beanies themselves. So you got various ones for winter.
Are you talking about beanies that you wear on your head?
Or the beanie?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Firstly,
So I collect beanies, but all my utensils live in one that I don't use for my head. And, they're stored in with my beanies.
it's weird because both of you are on opposite sides of the body.
That's
Aren't they?
right.
Opposite ends.
That's a really good point. Have they been found at any stage, Teresa? Just like we heard from Jackie.
Once, Nelly, because my daughter went to go and get a beanie out,
Yeah.
and I said, "Oh no, I'll grab it."
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
no. I mean, you're running interference at all
It
times. You'd
is.
have to be
You
on
would be.
high alert.
I
I'll pick it for you.
In
I know, just
winter.
the one.
God, you wouldn't want to. You'd pray that we didn't get a blizzard, wouldn't you?
Yes, that's right.
Everyone to Teresa's house. She has beanies. Oh my God! What's this? Where did that go?
Oh, that's good for your neck.
Wait, and Teresa, how many beanies do you have that necessitate a bag?
Probably about 50-something, 60.
It's a lot of beanies.
And what are we
It's a lot of
talking
beanies,
about? Are we
beanies.
talking about sports-related beanies? Or are we just talking about the ones with the pom-poms
Just
on
all
top?
different ones.
All different
ones, and because I wear them with different outfits, and friends and that actually give me beanies,
Yeah,
or that's
'cause
what
now
they'll
you're the
buy me
beanie
as
girl.
well.
Do
Yeah.
you suffer
Yeah.
from a cold head a lot, or you just like the look?
No, I just like them.
That's great.
Excellent.
I encourage any collection.
Yes.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Australia's Got Talent is just around the corner.
Yes.
Yep.
It's always a statement of saying Australia's got talent. You've really got to wait to see if Australia does have talent. Well, we know one thing: Australia has Kate Ritchie.
And that's enough.
Hi, Kate.
Hello. Oh, my goodness. How can I ever say no to talking to you guys? You always give me such a lovely introduction.
Well,
We
okay.
like to pump you
We
up,
only
Kate.
get you once a year, so we've
Yes.
got to really talk you up.
No, I know. I was going to say you actually you read the memo word for word that I've sent through, so that's perfect. Yes, I am talented, but I'm judging Australia as of Sunday, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're a bit too nice to be one of these judges.
Well, this is what. Well, of course, you know Tim Blackwell. He was quite surprised when I was offered the role. I mean, he's quite surprised I'm offered anything, but he did say, "How on you are the show's fence sitter. How on earth are you going to sit on a panel and offer judgments about people's, level of talent?" But I think I found my groove, guys.
Okay, so
Okay.
you've got a bit of a
Well,
got a
streak
dark
in you.
side.
For me, Kate, I would like to be nice, right? But I've just noticed probably the last since the pandemic, a dark side has been brought out in me, which
Yeah.
and I sometimes showcase that on air.
Yeah, Tim says I showcased my dark side during the song.
Just in private.
Well, I just want
nice.
to talk about the very first act. We've seen the first episode. The very first act, and people would have probably seen it on some of the promos. It's a guy that gets up on many, many tables, and then he's got like a round sort of cylinder thing, and he puts a plank of wood on it, and then he balances like that.
Yep.
Oh,
Now-
okay. He's the first act, is he? So you've
Yeah, he's
seen
the
more than
first
I
act.
have.
Yes,
at this
yeah.
stage. Okay, great.
Yeah. And look, it's very impressive what you've done. Congratulations. Bores me to tears. I have seen that. That's not
Well,
new.
he'd been on.
That's not
He just did his
exciting.
AC, so he was off the market for a year.
Like, I don't care what you did before this. I don't care about your backstory. I've seen that 1,000 times. Get off. And that's what I would be like.
But could you do it? This is the thing.
No.
I found myself judging. I mean, it was quite a sad state of affairs when I judged everybody's talent on whether I could do it or not, because there's not much that happened on that stage that I can do. But I was really impressed with that guy.
No, Kate.
Oh,
If you're
he-
judging on
yeah.
whether you can do it or not, then any puppetry of the penis should be able to get straight through that.
I mean, it's not wrong,
Kate,
Kate.
I'm going to jump in on this because I was talking. I felt after that there's a couple of acts and people will get into it, but they bring out the little kids who've got no talent at all.
Yeah.
They just put on a costume and everyone just
look
goes,
cute.
"Oh, they're so cute!"
I mean,
I'm
they're
just going,
super cute.
Hook 'em, Ricky Lee, trip 'em over,
But
get 'em
being
off.
cute isn't a talent, Kate.
Okay.
Beg your pardon?
Being cute isn't a talent.
Well, it is. I mean, if it's your only talent, you're really going to fly that flag, aren't you?
I must say, though, that
I do. Yeah, no, you go.
I was just going to say Nathan is very strong about the balancing guy, but if he was the one judging the balancing guy to the balancing guy's face, Nathan,
What?
you wouldn't be able to say
Yeah.
that it bores you.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Or-
no,
you
I'm
can't
sorry.
send tiramisu back.
I'm sorry. During our entire year this year, who has been the harshest when we've had like first class and 50K when we get people on
I
air?
bet it's you,
No, but when
You're
they can
right.
see you,
Yeah.
you can see their eyes, Nathan.
No,
That's the different
no.
thing.
I would be fine with it. That bores me. Get off.
Okay, look, I'm a bit like that with magic, I have to say.
Okay.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I find it
God.
hard. It's hard to get me over the line with magic, and I find myself just trying to pick it to pieces. Or surely this can't be magic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the old person who's lost the joy in their lives.
Sure.
That magic doesn't impress me anymore, or
Yeah.
something like
We've
that.
had
But,
some bad experiences with magic, haven't
Yes,
we? Now
yeah,
we,
we
we,
have.
we,
Benny
we, we
Spoon.
literally were really close to some magic one time, and this person's on air trying to tell us how great it is, and get for us to portray how amazing it is.
It wasn't
to our listeners.
magic.
And we could see
Yeah.
exactly how it was working, and it was
No, I know.
Oh.
Well, look. I won't go too much into the magic, but I agree with what you're saying about there's cute kids and there's the guy balancing and there's a woman with poodles. I mean, there's
Yeah, I know.
But I
No,
think
dog
that-
acts, dog acts, no.
Dog act.
No, dog acts, get off. I don't care because you know what?
Mate, they're in a
You're
band.
not
They
getting the
came out of
money.
the- yeah.
You will get the money, and then your dog gets whatever you
And the
want.
dog's doing most of the work.
and you're there with your little stick getting them jump over. It's always jumping
but
over a cylinder, going through a
Nathan-
cylinder. Blah.
Look, I do think though that there are some acts which are highly entertaining, but of course, the question is, are they worth $100,000?
Yes.
No, they're not.
Kate, you are so correct.
Well, Kate, we do see these acts in the for everybody. Check it out. Obviously, it's going to be very entertaining for some. Not all of us, obviously, love every single act.
No, but that's the same thing that you can play at home. You play it at home with each other. Will you send it through or not?
Yes.
But so we're seeing mostly some good stuff on. We were talking about the Chinese comedian who was hilarious, but there must be so much crap during the 10 hours of filming a day that you have to sit through and go, oh, my Lord, why did I sign up?
Yeah. Try 14 hours we were in those studios. We saw like hundreds of acts. So you really are going. You're going to see a variety of things. Certainly the best of the best. Keep your eye out for a guy called Oleg who does like this amazing. I don't know. I can't even explain it, but he does bring a bathtub on at some point and douses himself in water. So that's one for you, Nat.
Okay, so look, you're very good on this show, by the way. You're one of the
You're a joy.
You're one of the beating hearts of Nova. I say to everybody.
You're a national treasure.
Yeah, I do want to point out something.
You have to say that, yes. Okay. Oh no, now that was building me up.
No. This is just something funny. So I was at the hairdressers. Me, Mum, and Dad go for Morris hair days, and we go and get our hair done together. We're at the hairdressers, and Mum pulls out a Woman's Day, and she's reading this Woman's Day, and she goes, "Did you read that Kate is leaving Nova?" And I went, "What?" And she goes, "Kate's leaving Nova." And I went, "No, she's not."
If it was in Woman's Day, it's true.
She goes, "Yes, she is." And I said, "No, she's not, Mum." And she goes, "How do you know?" And I said, "Because I know her." And I said, "She's not leaving Nova." Anyway, the magazine was from 2 years ago.
Well, I think there's been a lot of talk about me leaving Nova because I did have some time away, which I will be able to talk to you about soon. But the reason why I was away hasn't been we have.
People are thinking it's home and away. People are thinking it's home and away because
no, it wasn't home and away. But the other thing is, on top of that, I did take a day trip to Palm Beach, and whenever I post a photo of me in Summer Bay, I'm leaving my job and going back to the shores of Summer Bay.
Yes, so you are, Sally.
Please let your mum know. Let your mum know if I'm ever going to leave. I'll let you guys know first, and then
we'll be the first to know.
She was so concerned and wouldn't believe me, but we would have believed that tabloid. And I said to her, "Mum, you're part of the problem right now. You're part of the problem."
Also, the fact that it's 2 years old. I mean, there's evidence that it's not true.
Well, I want to know, Kate, how have you lasted so long?
What on the show or just in life?
Working with Blackers all the time over the journey, the team. Sometimes you must have thought home and away's got miles on this. Miles on this.
Going back to Alf.
Yeah, home and away is a lovely little safe cocoon compared to the Nova studio. We all know that, and we also know Tim Blackwell very well. I think he's meant to be coming back to Perth sometime very soon to celebrate a big anniversary.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not allowed actually because it's him and Tash Peterson, the vegan. They're not allowed. They're not allowed back in the States.
You'll never get him off the microphone if you have him over there. So I've learnt to I've learnt that working with Blackers, as long as I let him think that he's the funniest and that he's the most talented pressing all those buttons, I will last a lifetime in that place.
I'm
figured it out.
Very, very interested to see what your
I know what the secret project is.
Exciting, Kate.
I think it's a cooking show.
Well, it might even. It's. I don't.
Say something. Give us something.
Cooking show,
we never get exclusives.
Give us a nugget.
Jeez, Kate.
You're kind of close to it.
Oh, what? What have I
that's
said?
all I can say.
I can't even remember anything I've ever said.
All of us here right now?
No, I can't. I'm not answering any more questions because I can't actually say.
You said nugget. Are you doing something with KFC?
Nugget. You're kind of. Is it the three of us, or is it? Was that angled towards one person on this panel?
Outback mining shows.
All of you.
All of us. All of us are quite close. So,
in fact, everybody in that studio, or
so
even Harry.
So it is something. Is there a home and away spin-off show?
Is it something to do with your role as an ambassador for Western Australia?
Are you the star of the new series Yabby Creek?
Yes. God, you got me.
Bloody Yabby Creek.
I've been waiting for Yabby. And imagine Yabby Creek should be dark and really, really mean storylines.
The mean streets of Yabby Creek.
Where I come in not as Sally Fletcher, but as the mean judge from AG.
No way. No.
Sally Fletcher's
Sally
fallen on
Fletcher's
hard
now a
times.
prostitute. Great.
It's writing itself.
Wash your mouth out.
The term is sex worker. Thank you. Kate, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much,
See you
Kate.
guys.
Bye, honey.
See you next year, Kate.
Bye.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
As we know, the most fun place on the planet is an accounting firm.
Oh, numbers, Nate. You're sitting at a
everyone
desk.
is
You're wearing a nice suit.
Buzzing and
Yeah.
just the fun and games, calculators everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Abacus.
Ernst & Young, they're not very happy at the moment.
They're one of the big firms too, massive. Yeah.
The bosses are upset.
Why?
They're upset.
Ernst and Young are upset.
Yeah, Ernst & Young. What do you reckon their names are?
Yeah, okay.
Go, guess.
Walter.
Walter Ernst
Yeah,
and Colin Young.
And Colin Young.
He's very good at his counting. Yeah.
All right, so what's been happening is that the staff have been flogging something, and we're not talking about pens
Some
from the
Post-it notes or
stationery
something?
cupboard. They've sent out an email to the staff. We've noticed 5 PC monitors have gone missing from the workstations of our Melbourne offices over the last fortnight. We're in the process of rolling out dual monitors across the office, so not just
Yes.
Yeah.
pairs of monitors,
Yep.
which we know you've been asking for. But I'd like to reiterate, these are for use in the office and must not be removed. Our Ernest Young office is a shared space, and we must all take care of how we use it. If you notice anything of concern, please notify our local IT team, or you can reach out to me directly. Thanks so much for your cooperation. People
That's
are
quite a
flogging
big
brand
thing.
new dual computer screen setups.
Because that doesn't fit in your handbag.
5 of them.
Right?
That's tough to put down your pants.
I imagine it's a situation where they're hot desking, so it's not like, oh, that's Karen's desk, so we know that she's taken it. It's it's hard to pinpoint the.
How do you walk out with one? Is number
one under each arm, obviously.
So you've got a dual screen in front of you, and you're sitting in front of it, and then the next person
Next
comes,
minute it's gone.
It's gone.
It'd be like one of us unscrewing the microphones here
Yes.
and then taking them home, and then everyone coming in the next day and going, wait, where
did it
did that
go?
Or like us, the colour photocopier from sales.
But like we have
pushing out.
security cameras. Surely they have it in a firm like Ernst and Young. Are you telling me they don't have security
Yeah,
cameras?
but you know what? These day and age, even if you got proof of something, if you point your finger at the person that did it, oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you're
with
picking
you.
on me.
Yeah, you've got a monitor under each arm.
Oh, people flog the weirdest stuff sometimes,
that's
don't they? I
ballsy.
mean, it is. It is.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Some people flog things from the workplace. We know this is a thing. We don't encourage it.
Yep. Now, I don't want to say it's all accountants, but accountants are thieves. There, I'm going to say all. Ernst & Young, they've had to send out an email flagging the fact that they just put in these dual computer monitors in the offices, and 5 of them were already being flogged.
It was in Melbourne. Dirty
Extraordinary, isn't it?
Victorians.
We were wondering what the Ernst & Young people, what their actual names were. Harry hit up Alexa for the information.
Did a deep dive.
Ready for some trivia. So, Scotsman Arthur Young and American Alwyn Ernst founded their separate companies, right, in 1906 and 1903, separate.
So it was just
respectively.
Young and Ernst separately.
They never met.
They never met.
They never met.
But their
Their
companies
separate
merged.
companies merged in 1989.
Oh, so well after their death.
Yeah.
I wonder
They'll
if,
be rolling over in their
oh
grave.
my God. I wonder if Chicken ever knew Treat.
No, but
Hang on a sec. Hang on a
Ever
sec.
knew Rooster.
Let's look it up.
If hungry, ever knew Jack.
Jeez.
So many questions. So we want to know what somebody flogged from the workplace. Helen, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi,
Great,
Helen.
Helen, what have you got for us?
Okay, so when I was working on yachts in the Med, I was on a yacht in Antibes, and we had a yacht next to us, and each day workers would turn up.
Yeah. Yep.
And so the day workers turned up next door, and at the end of the day, when they were going through the yacht, one of the day workers had stolen a Picasso.
A Picasso!
I mean, if you're sailing around with a Picasso
my God.
on your yacht, you're asking for
That's
trouble.
pretty next level there, Helen.
I mean, it wasn't a huge painting, but
But still.
fact they managed to get it off the yacht and no one saw.
Yes.
And got it off the wall. There was a lot of art on there.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it was priceless.
Oh, of
You know
course it
what?
Yes,
was.
of course it was.
They never found out who they were.
I mean, I know anything can be destroyed anywhere, but like just the fact of having priceless historical art on something that could
That's
sink at
sinkable,
any
yeah.
time and be
These are
destroyed.
yachts.
So can I just say, did they find the person?
No.
No.
Even on the cameras, they couldn't see. They managed to get off. They must have got it. I don't even know how they got it in there. They must have taken it off, taken it out the frame, rolled it, and then broken the frame down and put that in their bag.
They must know what they're doing.
Throwing the frame overboard.
Yeah. I've seen Ocean's 8.
Yeah.
Hey, Helen, what's the biggest boat you worked on? Give us the length.
A 60 metre.
And is below deck an accurate representation of what life on a super yacht?
Absolutely not. I'm sorry, but it really isn't. I worked on yachts for 15 years. I was a chief stewardess there. Yeah. And we did not have that sort of stuff happening.
Yeah.
But look,
putting that to the side, how many deckhands are just like...
We were like a family. You don't do that.
Oh, it's a close family. That's a very close family there, Helen.
Some families.
Oh, thank you, Helen.
So interesting.
I know. Daniel's in Caddington. G'day, Dan.
How are you guys?
Good, Dan.
Okay, what got flogged from the workplace?
Well, it wasn't quite sure whether they'd been flogged or not. It went missing, definitely. One of the trucks didn't come back with one of the workers, and we didn't think much of it, thinking he's doing a bit of overtime, you know?
Yeah.
And then when the morning it wasn't there, and boss is sort of like, where's the truck? Where's the worker? We need to load it up. And couldn't get hold of anyone, and about a week went by. But they rang the police and stuff and said sort of like, we're missing a worker in a truck. And
we're thinking the worker's in the truck.
Well, if you find one, you find the other. So basically, they pretty much said like, you know, look, we're almost going to put out a missing persons, and then something happened where someone said, no, I think I know where he is, and it got left for another few days, and then all of a sudden, the guy drives back in with the truck, like sort of not like nothing happened, but drives in and says, oh, hi guys, I'm sorry, is the boss around? I've messed up. And we're all mate. The whole world's looking for you.
It's a week and a half.
Did you get any answers about where he went?
Yeah, and he rolls in. Well, he didn't have the heart to come and tell anybody that he'd borrowed the truck, moved someone's house on that weekend, and basically didn't want to tell the boss that he'd done that. He'd rather go missing, turn his phone off, and vanish off the face of the earth.
He brought shame to the workplace, so he just went, no, that's it. I'm shutting my life down.
Oh, so because it's better to have stolen a truck than it is to have helped somebody move. Come on.
The funniest part is he still works there, and he's probably listening to this now, so I'm sorry, my friend, for bringing you.
That's not enough to get fired.
That's great, Dan.
Okay, so
you need to put some air tags on those trucks so you can trace them.
I don't want to explain myself about helping a friend move, so I'll just go missing for a week. I love him. If he is listening, congratulations, you're amazing.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
The workplace is ripe. So there's a lot of good stuff there, turns out, and sometimes people want to take it home.
Oh, my God, the amount of people that were flogging toilet paper during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, you would
Not
come
me,
into work.
I had my Who Gives a Crap 48.
Yeah, you had a year's worth.
Well, yeah, I was giving it away to people.
I stole heaps.
Yeah, I just wipe my bum on old T-shirts. Tim's in Leeming. Hey, Tim.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good, Tim. We're talking about surprising things people will take or what will go missing from a workplace. What you got?
I used to work with this guy. He used to bring his own containers from home and steal the pump soap out of the pump dispenser.
People can be ridiculous.
Bringing his containers and filling them up like it's a shop.
So would you walk into the bathroom and he'd be like actively pumping in front of you, or would he pump in secret?
And he'd just sort of smile at me.
That's creepy.
That's really funny.
Just I would pump in private. Sean, would you?
I always... No, I have to get it out there sometimes.
So how big was the container, Tim?
Probably 500 mil.
Yeah.
But he's had a couple of them.
Yeah,
okay. He's loaded up, Tim.
So things like that, that's funny.
Cool.
Yeah. What sort of environment did you work in, Tim? What was the business?
He was a warehouse worker, yeah.
Right. Well, we know he had clean hands, so that's good, isn't it? Thanks, Tim.
Someone just
I know, the audacity.
And then you walk in and look at them, they're just smiling. And
pump, pump, pump. Thanks, Tim. Christy's in Mundajong. Morning, Christy.
Morning, how you going?
Good, Christy.
Okay. What got stolen? What was the sitch?
Well, I used to work on Hamilton Island, and I won't say the software, but you use the one software for the whole island, whether it be to order a pen, a bottle of wine, or because it's an island, they order golf buggies and cars for the island.
Yes.
And one guy actually went on and ordered a car, a $30,000 car.
Yes.
And it got approved and got delivered to the island, and then it wasn't until it got delivered that they realised that this guy had tried to order and steal a car.
For himself.
Oh, my
I
God,
know.
Christy.
Yeah, but when he tried to drive it off the island, he ran into some problems.
Should have ordered a boat. Damn it.
Oh, God,
I mean, cheeky.
That
So
is
what? Okay,
cheeky.
so can I just know, because I know you might not know all these answers, but what was his plan? Because he ordered a car to the island. What,
I have
what
no
was his
idea.
next-
I think
What do you think?
he was maybe going to try and, because, like, obviously it got delivered to the mainland, like to Shute Harbour, and then everything gets delivered over.
Okay.
So I think he thought he might have been able to take it from Shute
intercept it.
Harbour.
Yeah.
So
Or
go
sell
back
it,
to, yeah,
or-
so, okay, right.
So is
Yeah,
a barge
when we
comes
did our-
over? Is a barge that comes over and brings all that
Yeah,
kind
barge
of...
comes over every morning and brings all the staff over. It takes like trucks on it because IGA, like they have an IGA and everything. But when we did our training, we all had like a limit of what we could purchase with this software.
Oh, really?
And like we were all told like the limit is because of, so you can't buy a car.
Oh, because of that guy.
So you can't buy a car.
So he changed the policy.
How many cars are on Hamilton Island?
There'd probably be like 50 cars.
50
Yeah,
And
which
like
is not a lot. So a
hundreds
new
of
one's going to
golf
stick
buggies.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he try to explain it and say that was just a typo? I was trying to buy a card.
I have no idea.
That's what I would
but
do. Oh, no,
I don't
card.
know.
I said card.
If you think that you can steal a car, there's not much forethought
You know
going
what,
on.
though?
I mean,
imagine like if he just decided I'm going to be the only Uber driver on Hamilton Island.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so yeah.
How big is Hamilton
He got-
Island, by the way?
He
I
got
don't know.
MBO'd.
What's MBO'd?
Next boat off.
NBO'd. That's a thing. Next boat off. I love that.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Oh, I ran to the news agency about 4:30 on Tuesday and I realised I didn't have Miles Lotto. And I was like, this is the $50 million draw.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, that's the story.
That's the story.
Oh, because you were there an hour and a half before polls closed.
You just try and grasp onto any of
That's
it,
the
don't you? You know what I mean? Like, I just remembered right at the last minute. And yeah, so anyway, and as we know, someone took out the entire thing from Victoria and they still have not come forward.
Oh, God. Here's my quick story. On Sunday, it was my son's birthday, so I got him an Oz Lotto for Tuesday,
great.
thinking... My part of the story is this. I'm giving it for his 21st, right?
And he's not going to give you any. Did you make him do a deal?
Of course I did, Nat.
What was the deal?
Did he shake hands
just
on
10.
it?
10.
Just
$10.
Yeah.
Would
10.
you? So you'd be happy with your 21-year-old son having $40 million and you having 10? No. That would have ended up in the highest of courts.
Oh, no, that was 10. That was just 10 for Sean. Then Megan was going to put her hand out. Then the other kids. Don't worry. There wasn't going to be much left.
As if.
Not in
That
a
is
million
good.
years.
21 having 40 million. Jeez, he'd get loose, wouldn't he?
There's 30 mil
I'd encourage
tonight.
that.
Yeah.
So we've still got hope to roll around again.
Yeah. So,
Right, I better get on.
yeah. But we always talk about our lotto luck, don't we?
We do.
Always like, oh, you don't
Or
want
the
to waste
lack
your
thereof
lotto
it,
luck,
yeah.
right? So imagine wasting your lotto luck by winning Division 1. This is what's happened.
Division
over,
1?
Yeah, this is what's happened over in the Philippines. $6 million lottery prize is up for grabs, right? And imagine winning it, right?
Amazing.
The feeling.
6 million.
Yeah.
The feeling. So there's one person that's got the feeling, oh my
Come
God, I just
on!
won $6 million. Yeah. And then imagine like another person getting the same feeling, right?
Oh, yeah, because
And
they
then-
got the same numbers.
Got
Yeah.
the same
And then
numbers.
imagine another person getting the same feeling.
Oh, well, we're down to $2 million
each.
Then imagine
okay.
another person getting the same feeling. Then imagine another person getting the same feeling.
How many?
400.
No.
400 people took
Get
home
out.
$13,000.
You'd be
Was there
filthy.
really on the total one
You'd be
draw?
filthy.
So what happened is 433 people exactly bet on the winning numbers, which are 9, 18, 27, 36, 45 and 54.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Multiples of 9.
Multiples of 9. And that's why they're saying, because now there's an investigation into why so many people had the same numbers, but they're saying because it was the multiples of 9, that's possibly why. But it's just a fluke those numbers came out, and a fluke that so many people thought they would play that series of numbers.
So it wasn't a glitch in the system. It was
No.
just
The investigation's still going on, but they're saying no, it's just a very strange natural occurrence.
Oh, no! 13 grand.
13,000.
You're sitting there watching the tally. You're
My
watching
numbers
the...
have come in.
Division 1.
You spend it all right before
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
no,
it.
you're at realestate.com.au,
Yes.
you're buying your house, you're knocking on a door
Yep.
down to the beach, kicking someone out of their mansion. Get out. I'm moving in tomorrow. You've got your car, the car you've always wanted.
Yep, your boat, the whole lot.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
Yep, and then you realise that you've got $13,000.
You'd be like, excuse me.
Might need to bring this boat back.
Can I just back that back into the...
That is my worst nightmare.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So much happening in the AFL trade period, in particular this year. One of the guys behind a lot of the player movement is Colin Young, WA-based Corporate Sports Australia AFL manager. Colin, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Colin. Now, firstly, I just want to ask, because Sean's confused why he has not had any trade inquiries onto him. Do you not sell expired stock, or what's the deal?
No, he won't let you represent him, so I can't do that.
That makes sense.
Hey, Colin, one of the things that... first of all, I want to have a go at you because Griffin Logue, he's part of our team and you represent him and you've offed him over to North Melbourne. What's going on there? You've taken him away from us.
I actually said that to him yesterday morning. What's the biggest, what are you upset about? He goes, not working with the guys at Nova next year. So we're going to try and get him to Nova in Melbourne if we can.
Yeah, right. So now we know that you're a filthy liar.
Yeah.
Colin, we are in. We are looking for a new docker now, though. Have you got anyone? Have you got anyone for us? What do you think? Who do you think would fit in with us?
Well, you never know down the line. I know Andrew looks after Jimmy English, but the big fella, the astronaut at the Bulldogs. Got plenty of players in the next couple of years, but I think Freo will be okay. They're tracking pretty well for Jackson, from what I hear, and I think they got Sharpie and Corbett from the Gold Coast. So I think they're on the move.
Well, it seems to be at this point in time. But I want to ask you, so there is a few things getting around at the moment where you have conversations with footy clubs, right, Colin? When you're talking to one of your players about leaving, and a lot of the cases at the moment, they can get paid better money and maybe positionally play in a better role.
In Griff's case,
Yeah, in Griff's case, just use him for an example. What is the sell versus if you stayed at... For using Fremantle as an example, stay at Fremantle, you can play in a successful team over the next period of time, and you can be a part of something going forward that may never happen in time to come.
Yeah, look, it's probably over a 12-month period. You're talking to the players, and this time last year we were talking to Griff about when we could get him re-signed with Freo, and then I think he had his exit meeting, and there was some discussions that we'll try and get the contract going sooner rather than later. And clubs start to manage their list pretty early, and sometimes you do hear about players that might want to move early, and I'm not sure. You'll have to ask Freo when the Jackson trade possibly popped up. But myself and Andrew we obviously had Blake as well, Blake Acres, and we just thought after about 4 or 5 months where Chris probably hadn't been offered a contract, and I think he got dropped once or twice, that there could be a bit of a red flag there that Freo might be managing their list, which the club try to do, and sometimes there's casualties, and we thought that Griff might be a casualty at the end of the year, so Griff said to go and do my job, so we spoke to a few clubs about, I identified a few clubs that they need positions for Griff down the back line, and it sort of started going there probably about the middle of the year, and then it transpires, what's the club like, club's list, where it's going, where it's situated, and Griff had a lot of friends in Melbourne, and a lot of family friends in Melbourne. So I think he identified, well, if he's going to go, he wants to go to a club in Melbourne. And then you sort of just go from A to B and try and work out which is the right club.
Colin, how much of your life do you spend on the phone? Is it just constant?
Yeah, especially during this period. And, sometimes you wish there's no trades. I said last year I was hoping there would be no trade. But we're about non-stop. I think what's but that probably today we'll probably get through about 60 calls today. So, but yeah, it's constantly. There is good moments where you do have a good run. There's you're just meeting with your players, which you love dearly. But today, like we started, obviously we all know daylight savings in Melbourne is the killer.
Yes.
You're up about 4 o'clock every morning, just watching and emailing and texting and getting ready for the calls, which I'll probably start making in the next 10 minutes to see where it sits, because it's going to be a pretty busy day next couple of days.
Well, Colin, at least I can tell you, just for getting on air with us, Sharon, and with a chance to win Nova's 10K a day.
That's less than he normally makes a day, Nathan.
This afternoon. Hey, Colin, so I know that when you're in the trade period and you're trading players and all that sort of stuff, pay is one of the things. Contract length is one of the things. Are there other incentives that can be put into...
Like a good parking spot?
Yeah. Like, is there anything else at play that can be used?
I think it's funny you use that parking spot. Shawnee might be able to confirm that. I think Tavlich had that in his contract, did he, Shawnee?
Down at Freo. He always had the good spot there. I reckon it was right there. Cameron Swab was the same, parked right outside the front door. It was weird. You remember those days?
Yeah, no, I do. I was working down there. But I actually, with Griff, an idea, like, obviously, North Melbourne with Puma. So, I've been on the phone to them for a few months. And obviously, you guys with Nova, we have Nathan Broad over there in Melbourne. We're going to try and squeeze Griff in.
Yeah.
But normally it's pretty well much all about the contract, but more importantly about the club and the position first. The contract comes last, especially with Griff.
But you know what? So some of the graded carrots a little bit fun.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
that's right.
your Puma thing, and we'll get you on this radio stage. That's sort of like, okay.
It's icing on top, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
No, so it's little bits like that, but normally the contract's stock standard.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of the car base, but I'm sure if you want one, you'll get one.
The other one, Colin, that everyone's talking about because Freo keep getting asked, Rory Lobb, you represent him. He's bought a house in Melbourne. He was thinking that he was going to be over at the Western Bulldogs
and he's requested it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
And Freo saying categorically he's not going. Well, that's what they're saying at the moment. Do you think that is real, or it's something still working, or
Well, it's it very well could be real. It's just you're looking for the opportunities to help Freo, believe it or not. Like even with you might find the next few days with Jackson and Fremantle that Melbourne might want 2 first picks, this year and next year, and then Griffin Logue's pick, which that could be the key for Jackson. So Griffin Logue's done him a little bit of a favour, even though he's not there. So you sort of look for those opportunities to help Freo, believe it or not. So they've got a couple of players still in play with Corbett and Sharp, and they don't have a lot of picks. I think at the moment Freo have, picks 13 and 76, I think, this year, and they have next year's futures, which they got from North Melbourne. So they're going to need a couple more picks to get, the boys in, I think. So that's something that Freo will probably talk about over the radio the next few days. But we're sort of looking for an opportunity where we can help Fremantle. I know it sounds weird, but if we can get some good picks for Rory that helps Freo set themselves up for the next 5 years, and you just got to look for a win situation for everyone. So that's what we're hoping to do, Sean. But, mate, the next 6 days is going to be, mate, you got Grundy and you got Rankin and Dunkley and Gunston and Rioli and Horn and Hopper. And, mate, there's about 15 to 25 players in line.
Well, just remember, we're going to require some picks for here too, Colin. So get that list ready to go.
Win too, mate. You guys are already. You guys will be number one. You don't have to worry about it.
So give us the cream of the crop, please. Thank you, sir.
Right, you're like the busiest man in Australia at the moment. Thanks for talking to us, Colin.
No, pleasure, guys. Cheers.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Tomorrow we are going to be broadcasting live from Duncraig, Marry Park. If you're in the area, come down. We're giving away $10,000 to someone who's there.
And we thought, well, you know what? We love a bit of competition. We love putting people head to head.
Yes.
Get a fight happening, Sean. So we thought, let's find a smart Craig and a
dumb Craig.
Dumb Craig.
For dumb Craig. We've got a call from one Craig here. Good morning to you, Craig.
Good morning.
Good morning, Craig. Craig, where do you hail from, Craig?
North of Duncraig.
Yes.
About 15 minutes in Wanneroo.
Lovely, Craig. We thought, tomorrow we're going to be pitting Craigs head to head, but we thought let's just gauge the ability of the Craigs that are on offer.
Yeah.
Have you been a Craig long?
About 45 years, I reckon.
45 years experience being a Craig. You're going up against, right now, Craig from Bullsbrook. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
G'day, Craig.
How long have you been a Craig for, Craig?
I dipped him at the post there. I'm 48.
48 years, Craig from Wanneroo.
Does it help?
Okay, well, I've got some questions here. I just need you to both buzz in with your names.
Who's the dumb one here? Well, we don't have a prize, so it doesn't matter, does it? Okay, let's do it. Ask your question.
All right, so if you know the answer, I want you to buzz in with your name. All right, let's test your buzzer. Craig?
Craig.
And Craig?
Craig.
Lovely. Working well. They're working well. This is going swimmingly.
All right, first question. Which Friends character famously insisted, "We were on a break"?
Craig.
Yes, Craig.
Craig. We'll go with Ross.
Yes, Craig. Well done. Craig's leading
David
1-0.
Schwimmer, can't stand him.
What sport does Cristiano Ronaldo play?
Craig.
Soccer.
Yes.
Yeah, Craig got
Well
that
done,
one.
Craig.
Well done, Craig.
All right. Which bottle product commonly used in the shower takes its...
Craig.
Yes,
Craig.
Shampoo.
That's a smart Craig.
Craig is leading.
Yeah, Craig is leading.
An audiometer is used to measure which sense of the human body?
Craig.
Yes, Craig.
Hearing.
Yes, Craig. No, we got the two
Okay,
smartest Craigs going around.
One more, come on.
In a restaurant, to go Dutch means to split the cost of what?
Craig.
Craig.
Bill. The bill.
Unbelievable. Craig took that out.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
It's a landslide.
Does anyone want to put their hand up and say which one was the dumb Craig in that?
The one from Wanneroo.
No. Ballsbrook, mate. It's way out in the country.
Yeah.
It's now a competition to be the dumbest. It's going well. All right, that's
Hey, Craig, who won?
Craig won,
Craig did.
obviously.
Craig won.
That's right.
And I think Craig's everywhere
Yes,
won.
yes.
Just then.
Look, if you want to come down to Duncraig tomorrow, don't accidentally go to Craigie. That'd be bad.
Oh, my God.
We're going to be there, Mary Park, and we will be pitting Craigs against one another.
That's right. So come down, Craigs, and remember, and I want you both, are you Craigs? I would love you to come down and say hello as well. Remember, somebody tomorrow is going to win $10,000 that comes down to Craig.
Not just to Craig.
Yeah.
The $10,000 is open to everyone.
Anyone. But please, get some Craigs down there, everybody. And if you want to hit us up on socials, if you want to register as being a Craig, you can do that. Yeah,
Facebook.
Yeah, or chuck
Or just turn up on the day and say, hey,
I'm Craig.
I'm Craig.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.